Alright, so I thought I would take some time to kind of explain why we changed our name and then the reasons behind it. And I would say up until this point, our short films have been of a lower quality. I think that's a nicer way to put it. And looking back on previous short films that we made, obviously, as from a critical point of view, they're not great as far as the storylines go, what's happening, dialogue. It's really, a lot of them are just kind of a mess, and part of the reason for that is because a lot of the times it would be me, Alex Harrison, or Jay in some instances. We just get together and we would say, okay, let's make a short film. But we wouldn't have an idea ready. We'd just come up with an idea on the fly, 10, 15 minutes, and then we'd film it. Whatever came to mind, whatever we wanted to do, we'd film it. And a lot of the times, it'd take just a couple hours to film and then just like an hour or two to edit, and we'd upload it and we'd be done. Each scene was just, it was all improvised. We would just say, what should happen in this scene? And we'd say, oh, this could happen. And then we'll say this. There was no preconception of what to do. And that led to a lot of them, if not all of them, being not as good as I think they could have been. And a lot of it was just, we were just wanting to have fun. And I'm glad we did. That's really what the point of us first making this channel was just to have fun making short films and then just to let other people see them. A big reason why we made a YouTube channel was that so our family members who were, we have family all over the country in different states, the people that live in further areas away from us. So we just figured that it'd be easier for them to see our short films through YouTube, and then, it grew into something more. Yeah, and I feel like with us kind of having a trend of, these short films that were just kind of made for fun and weren't really serious at all, that trend kind of stopped when we uploaded, or when we made Sleep Paralysis. Sleep Paralysis, I feel like, was the first time we actually made something that I am really proud of, and I think it's a good short film. And I've shown the people that I've shown it to and heard feedback from, or just the people that have given me feedback, have said that it's good. And I've had friends who haven't, taken us seriously as kind of somewhere where you can go for a good story, and they were really impressed, and I was surprised. Well, not surprised, it was new, and a big part of that was that this was the first time we had actually written a script for a film. We had an idea, and we wanted it to be really good, so we wrote a script, we followed it pretty much line by line, and it produced a really good short film, and I'm really happy with it. And once that was uploaded, it kind of, I feel like it set a new standard for us. And I realized that, all of our previous short films were kind of down here. Sleep Paralysis was up here, and I felt like this was the new kind of standard, and we need our new short films had to be better. And I felt like the name Thunderflix was kind of associated with our past and the making of short films that were not great, and so I kind of wanted to kind of stray away from that and change our name just so that we could be seen in a new light, and that our our newer short films, which are going to be, I hope they're better, and I want them to be better, so that they'll be associated with this new name. And the name, this time, Thunderflix, Thunder Productions, that was something that just kind of sounded cool to us at the time. We were just like, oh, Thunder, that sounds cool. We'll put that in. But now we wanted to have a name that kind of meant something a little bit more, something that actually had meaning behind it. So the name Real Risk Short Films, it comes from a few quotes from Christopher Nolan, which is a really great director. He's my favorite director. In fact, he's pretty much all of our favorite directors here at Real Risk. He's just a great director, and a lot of his movies have kind of inspired me to do better as a director and a writer. He's inspired one of our upcoming short films that's in pre-production right now, the writing stage. I've got it set up over there, writing the script for that right now. But one of his quotes, at one point he said that to make a good film, you needed to be willing to take risks. And I feel like with these newer short films, we're going to be introducing concepts and kind of ideas that may be hard for the audience to grasp, at least with this newer one. And we've had some ideas that I think are a bit more risky in a sense of how we're going to film them and how good they're going to look. And so I felt like I wanted to incorporate risk in some way into our new name. And then real comes from, there's another quote where Christopher Nolan said that films are more and more, they're getting more unreal by the day. And kind of what he meant by that is that we are using, CGI and kind of all this different things to make it so the film is not very real anymore. And I kind of wanted to take that and kind of wanted to use that so that for future short films we would stick more to practical effects and just try to make our short films feel more real and believable. And when he says by real, I don't mean because, Christopher Nolan, he's made films like Interstellar, The Prestige kind of has these sci-fi elements that you kind of sit there and you think, oh, that could, that's not real. What does he mean? Real. But real in the sense that kind of a veil has been kind of pulled over our eyes with all this, CGI technology, the ability to, just that sometimes people get lazy, I want to make a city, but instead of getting a real city, we'll just CGI, I think that's kind of what is meant by that. And so we took them, stuck them together, Real Risk short films. And I was happy with it. I proposed first the idea of changing our name and why. Harrison and Alex agreed with it, and then took a while, but we finally settled on Real Risk. I think it was Harrison that came up with that. And so yeah, that is why we changed our name. You can see it kind of has some more, it's a little bit more to it than just sounding cool. So yeah, in the future we hope to make better short films. Again, sleep paralysis is the new standard. Obviously with the circumstances right now, it's going to be a little hard to get out a film right away, but we are in the writing stage, and as soon as we can get together, we'll start filming. We've got a couple ideas for some kind of non-film videos, and then we're also going to be updating you with the process of this new film through video, just kind of the pre-production, kind of letting you know what's going on And yeah, so that's that. I just wanted to take some time. Hopefully, you know, you like this new name. And yeah, so I guess we'll see you around.